Hey, I appreciate your time today. My name is Joe. I'm the founder of TempleTerraceLocal.com. You must be busy, so I'm going to be respectful of your time. I'm going to jump right in and stay on course. This is going to take about 20 minutes. I'm going to walk you through a couple of things, kind of show you what we are doing and how I think we can make it easy for you to get your best customers to come back more often and spend more when they do. That being said, my main thing is to show you how we get more people through the door without you having to do anything crazy, how we can integrate this into what you guys are doing already to get more people through the door, and how to make sure that we are getting rid of slow days. And my real goal with everybody that we have done this with, everybody that we are doing this with, is how do we add an extra 5 to 10K in sales every single month? That's the key. So if you want to get down to what we are doing, we are there. Now, first things first, I want you to ask yourself a question. Right now, which day is your slow day? Which is the one day that you just know, or you account for historically that has been the slowest compared to all the other 6 days in a week. Now, let's just assume it's Wednesday, right? And let's give it as night, so that's Wednesday night. Cool. Now, you want to take a minute and think, what's the deal with Wednesday night? What makes Wednesday night a slow day? So, one of the first things that we always do with businesses is to try to figure out what's a slow day. How do we fix that? And when we fix that, we get into a place where we really can start attacking and bringing that 5 to 10 extra K per month. With all the businesses that we worked with, all the businesses that we have observed, this is what we have figured out. The secret of fixing slow days lies in basically understanding how to manipulate three core things. So there are three core ways that businesses generate income, and most businesses only focus on one of these three things, and it's the most expensive thing that's actually out there. So let's kind of go through that. The first thing is you make money by generating new customers. If you have advertising out there, if you have people talking about you that bring in new customers, the idea is you can always generate more income if you generate new customers. Now, this is absolutely the most expensive way to do it, but as I said, most people with what they are doing, with their paid advertising, with the things that they are putting a lot of their time into, this is where a lot of our business folks started out before we started working with them. So, number one, generate new customers. Now, the second way you can bring more income is a much more efficient and less expensive way, which is getting your existing customers to buy from you more often. So if they come in once or twice a month, we get them to come 3 or 4 times a month. And if we can set up something that actually gets that to happen, then you are sitting in a really good spot, right? Now, the third way is when those existing customers come in, we actually want to double and triple what they are spending with you every single time. So there it is. Those are the three core ways. And as I said, most businesses out there are super focused on number one. It's a super expensive way to do it because that's going to be the most time consuming, the most money consuming way to do it. And so let's sort of go through this. So number one, which is generate new customers, these are the typical platforms, radio, TV, Facebook, Instagram, all of these things are good, the newspaper, doing promotions, volunteering time, all those things are really, really effective. But the problem is, when you do these things, it's either taking up money to spend so that somebody else is doing the work, or it's putting you in a spot where you have got to actually donate a bunch of time, either to put stuff on your social media or volunteering at a charity event. And that's the thing. It all has a cost attached to it. And this is absolutely the most expensive way to do this. And another problem is this. Most of these opportunities that you have to generate new customers, all of those platforms are owned by someone else. At the end of the day, they've got all the control, meaning if they decide to shut down your Facebook page or if they ban you from uploading content on YouTube, then it's pretty much game over for you. Does that make sense? So the thing that we would like to focus on is this. This is kind of the secret that we found with all of our clients that are doing well and the businesses that we see, especially the ones that are really, really doing well overall. The idea is if you can build a list of your best customers and market to them on your own terms, then that's going to put you back in the driver's seat. So now that control is back in your hands, and this is huge. So we are talking about something that you own, a list of your own customers who already love you. They are already into what you are doing. Now, if you can put them on a list and connect them anytime you want to and nudge them to come back more often or give them a reason to come back more often, then you are golden. Now, what if you can also remind them that when they do come in more often, they got to spend more money with you each time they come back? Wouldn't that be great? So, if you can set up a machine, if you can set up something that houses these people and you can send a message to them and remind them to do those two extra things, then you are in a different spot. And so the businesses that we work with, the businesses that we see doing incredibly well are the ones that are focused on building a list of their best customers. And they are able to get these customers to come back more often, and they get them to spend more each time they come back. By doing this, they are not only eliminating slow days, but they are adding 5, 10, and even 20K to their bottom lines every single month. And so what we want to do for you is we want to build a marketing channel that you own, that you can control, that you can send stuff out anytime you want. So how do we actually build that? You could build an email list, a list of your social media followers, etc. But one of the things that we do with the businesses that we work with is we are very big on building a very specific list. And the kind of list that we like to build is one that you can access people almost immediately, and that is via their phone. Yes, I'm talking about building an SMS list. Now, we don't overdo it. We don't text every single day, but we have found that we can text this group of people one time a week and offer them a reason, give them an excuse to call in, and it drastically affects what we can bring in income-wise every single week. Let me show you how we kind of do this real simple. And for ease of demonstration, I'm going to pick an industry, food and dining, in that, say, a pizza place. Pull out your phone and follow the instructions you see here. This is a card. This can be a card that we would either have set on a table. It could be a card that we would send out with all the deliveries with the people that are already customers. We are giving them an opportunity to join a list that we can then market to. Now, think about this. You just can't ask someone to be a part of an SMS list. That sounds dry. An SMS list, who cares, right? So the strategy that we have successfully implemented across dozens of industries and clients is the concept of a VIP club. There is deep psychology behind this, and I'm not going to go into the depth of it, but from experience, I can tell you people love exclusivity. People love to be a part of something elite, and we all love VIP treatment, right? Let's come back. Now, we have to give a little away at first to entice them to consider. We have to give them a reason to be a part of this special tribe. Now, remember, this has to be something that you can afford to do, or in other words, something you wouldn't mind giving away to attract people into your universe. So now, go ahead and test it out if you haven't already. Text the word pizza to that phone number you see on the screen. I'll give you 10 seconds. Keep in mind, you would have received a 20% coupon code, but what you're playing around with is set up for demo purposes. This means by testing it out, you are not going to get a pizza at a discount in real life. Now, imagine this is your pizza place, right? So if a customer sends that SMS, you've got their cell number. You can then literally log into a dashboard and send them a reply. Or you could pull up your phone and broadcast an offer. So anytime you want to send a message that says, hey, we've got this special going on, or we've got this deal tonight, anytime you want to send out a message, now you can do that. Imagine that you send out these cards to your existing customers, or you put them at your tables, or you put them on your social media profiles, right? And you really work for a short period of time to put these things out there. Think about what happens if you put 50 to 100 people on a list. Imagine if you put 500 to 1,000 people on a list instead. Imagine what you can do if you can simply pick up your phone or just sit down at a computer and you can send out a message to all of their phones all at once with something to entice them to come back more often and get them to spend more money with you. So now you've got yourself the power to make it rain in your business. You're now in a spot where you can generate sales on demand. Now, let me show you the math behind how this works. Let's say you consistently work to get people to sign up to your VIP club and you put 100 people on the list. These are your best customers. Now, just imagine that you could put 500 to 1,000 people on the list. This is sort of where we are at. This is the math behind how it works. We work hard to build that list by putting those things out there with your best customers, the people that already love you. And think about if we get 25 of those customers to come back a week. So we build a list of 100 people, 300 people, 500 people. We work on building that over the next few months and we have 25 customers. Now imagine that their average bill when they spend with you is $35. Okay, so now imagine that they come back 3 more times than they usually do. So 25 customers, it doesn't have to be the same 25 customers, but we get people to come back 3 more times. And so you get an additional 3 more visits per person. So 25 times 35 times 3. That's an extra 2,635 that's coming in. That wouldn't, because they would probably choose somewhere else to go, except we reminded them. We reminded them that, hey, you're still here, you got something cool going on, and you gave them a reason to do business with you. You send us out a little bit before lunch. You send us out a little before a dinner on your slow day, and watch what happens. Now imagine that as we build this list over the next few months, you got 50 repeat customers a week. Remember, it doesn't have to be the same 50 people. So you sort of get into the mode of if 35 is your average bill, we go into more of a 5,000 range. Now say we got to the point where we build a list up to 500 or 1,000 people and we can affect 100 people. This is where we start to see the snowball effect. And from there, it only goes up. And that's the beauty. And remember, these are not your cold people. These are your best customers already. You got to keep in mind, these people already love you. We are just wanting to have a way that you control, you're not waiting on the radio. You're not waiting on Facebook. You're not waiting on any of those other platforms. Something that you control, that you can use to connect to someone and give them a timely excuse to do business with you. And that's the power that we want to give you. So kind of what we do for our clients is this. My team does this to make it easy on you, because the idea is there are a ton of text marketing platforms out there, but none of that stuff matters if you don't know how to build a list. None of that stuff matters if you don't know how to send promotions out. None of that stuff matters if you don't know how effective the stuff that you're actually doing is. So what we do is this. We set up the technology for your business so that it actually works, so that you can actually build a list, and it's easy to use, and it's something that you can use on demand to get people to the door. So we set the technology up and the framework so you don't have to go figure it out. The next thing is we work with you to create clever promotions to attract your best customers onto the list. It doesn't matter if you go out and use a text marketing platform right now. You could go find one. You can Google search it right now, but it doesn't matter if you don't know how to actually build a list and get people on it. So we are going to work with you to create promotions that get people on the list. From there, we train your staff on how to use the system, so every time you are doing anything with discounts, every time you are changing things up, you got to make sure your staff is on board, and that's the number one key to success. If you have ever run anything like this before and it didn't work, a lot of times it comes down to the staff not buying into it. We make sure they are trained. We make sure we give them motivation to actually make this work. We also train our managers on the best promotions to send out to eliminate slow days. When you've got a slow day, we are going to dial in the promotions that work the best. And by the way, over time, we are going to measure these promotions and be able to tell you which one is actually doing the best so that you can continue to use that to get the best results. And finally, we give you a turnkey system, and this is what's unique. We give you a system that tracks all the generated revenue. So we've got it set up that when something comes to the door, we can actually track the revenue that's coming in from these promotions. That way, you know exactly what's working and what's not. More importantly, and I think this is what it comes down to, you may be right now sitting in a spot because a lot of the businesses that we work with or here before, you may be sitting in a spot right now where every time you have to make a trade, every time you got to really get the place busy, you got to throw a Hail Mary pass. You got to depend on someone else to help you throw that Hail Mary pass. But what we are trying to do is we are trying to give your team, your business, the ability to act without any outside help. It's not that we aren't there to help you if you need it, but we are trying to build a platform for you that once we get it built, your customers are waiting to hear from you and they are set up, and you can act when you need to act without having to pick up the phone or call someone to do something or spend a fortune to do it. And so that's what we're doing. We are setting up a system for you that gives you the control, that really links you up with each of your best customers, and it's linking you up in a way where literally it's going to bust in their pocket. They can pick up the phone and see what you're doing and instantly click on the text, click on your phone number, call in, and they can make an order. And whether they're coming in right now, whether they are just calling in to go orders, this is how we could add an extra 5 to 10K per month, and we can make sure that you never have a slow day again. If this is something you would want to implement in your business, then I would like to introduce you to a VIP Club Engine, a groundbreaking customer acquisition and reactivation system that can not only get new customers, but also get repeat customers. Now, at the core of our system is an SMS marketing platform, but there is more to it. We have successfully implemented the concept of VIP clubs using our system in a wide variety of niches. Now, in this presentation, I have nothing to sell, but I have a special invite for you. Every week, our team opens up time to work with 3 business owners on a one-on-one basis. Now, understand, this is free work that we do for 2 full weeks. Yes, we don't charge a single dollar during this time. So not only are we going to work for free, but you'll also get access to our starter plan, which is Spark 100 for 14 days at no cost. That way, you get enough time to play around with our VIP Club engine while we help you build a list and get you to make some sales, all for free. So this is what we're going to do. We'll set up everything for you, give you access to a dashboard, brainstorm with you and come up with clever promotions, customize the initial SMSs plus follow-up messages. We'll also give training and monitor the activities to make sure everything is running smoothly. Now, after 2 weeks or once you reach capacity with Spark 100, whatever happens first, we'll catch up on a quick call to review the situation. We're going to go over the numbers and help you decide if it makes sense for you to continue working with us and keep your VIP Club engine on, or if you would just like to shut it down. If you decide to shut it down, no big deal. We'll just unplug the wires and send you the contact details of your VIP Club members so that you can use it any way you choose. But if you decide to stick on, here are the plans that you get to choose from. Now, for the sake of time, I'm not going into the details of what's included in each of the plans, but you can see that it's not going to cost you an arm and leg to use our system. Not even close. So now it's decision time. If you would like to become one of the 3 business owners who would want to work with us in the coming week, go ahead and book an appointment on my calendar. Keep in mind, since we are doing this at no cost and investing our time to get it off the ground, I'm very intentional in choosing whom to work with. So if you would like to be considered, the only thing I ask in return is to be respectful of our time. Now, once you book the appointment, we hop on a 20 minutes call, answer any questions you may have, and if we are a mutual fit, we'll virtually shake hands and go from there. Sounds fair? All right, so that's it from me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.